fruit. I paint pictures with my words, tangled thoughts and feelings. Growinggames.com, Tory Favreau, tangled thoughts and feelings. Hey there guys, and welcome to the Growing Gamers podcast. My name's Tory Favreau, coming to you from Geelong, Victoria, Australia. This is the second video I've got of the reading of the Iliad. And there's two parts in this particular book. It was written 800 years ago by a guy called Homer, not Simpson. 800 years ago, 800 BC. We've done one chapter. So basically, this book is about the sacking of Troy, or the Trojan horse saga, which a lot of us may have heard about. It's written in very old language, but I thought, you know what, let's keep busting on it. A few of you have actually watched it, only 20 or so people, and that's fine. If it's provided entertainment, then I'm happy to continue. I will be checking my watch during this because it is an absolute mouthful of a read. It is older language, and if you're trying to digest it, then you may find it a little bit too intense. I do at some points. I have to go back and go, what was that part that they were actually talking about? Like, what was going on? But the story itself is fascinating, and it fucking blows my mind that it's still around, you know, after 2,000 odd years. All right. So, previously on the Iliad. So, basically, you had Apollo, the god, raining arrows down on people. He finally stops. There's two warriors pissed off at each other. They're wanting tributes. There's a woman who's been stolen, and she's being basically used as a bed wench. And basically, so you've got Achilles, who has just spoken to the goddess Athene, saying, you know, stop your fighting. We don't want any of this going on because, you know, people are like getting pissed off. Agamemnon is the king who wants his tributes given to him. Achilles feels that he's being ripped off, and so the conversation continues. They are not fighting. They are going to be trying to get along and follow the commandments of the gods. And so Athene goes back to Olympus to where Zeus is chilling in his crib. All right. So there's a modern day version of what's just happened. Now we get into the story. Alrighty. But the son of Peleus again began railing at the son of Atreus, for he was still in a range. "Wine bibber," he cried, "with the face of a dog and heart of a hind. You never dare go out with the host in fight, nor yet with our chosen men in ambuscade. You shun this as you do death itself." So he's calling him a coward. "You had rather go around and rob his prizes from any man who contradicts you. You devour your people, for you are a king over a feeble folk. Otherwise, son of Atreus, henceforward you would insult no man." So basically, you know, if he wasn't a bully, he wouldn't lip on. "You devour your people." Yeah, I've already done that part. "So therefore I say, and swear it with a great oath, nay, by this my sceptre, which shall sprout neither leaf nor shoot nor bud anew from the day which it left its parent stem upon the mountains. For the axe stripped it of leaf and bark, and now the son of Achaeans bear it as judges and guardians by the decrees of heaven. So surely and solemnly do I swear that hereafter they shall look fondly for Achilles, and shall not find him. In the day of your distress, when your men fall dying by the murderous hand of Hector, you shall not know how to help them, and shall rend your heart with rage for the hour when you offered insult to the bravest of the Achaeans." So Achilles has had a gutful. He's just gone, you know what, fuck you. If you need help, you're not going to fucking get it. You'll be looking around for me, but you're a bully and a coward. With this, the son of Peleus dashed his gold-bestudded sceptre on the ground and took his seat, while the son of Atreus was beginning fiercely from his place on the other side. Then uprose smooth-tongued Nestor, the facile speaker of the Pylians, and the words that fell from his lips were sweeter than honey. 2 generations of men born and bred in Pylos had passed away under his rule, and he was now reigning over the third. With all sincerity and goodwill, therefore, he addressed them thus. "Of a truth," he said, "a great sorrow has befallen the Achaean land. Surely Priam with his sons would rejoice, and the Trojans be glad at heart, if they could hear this quarrel between you two, who are so excellent in fight and counsel." He is a smooth-talking mother. I am older than either of you, therefore be guided by me. Moreover, I have been the familiar friend of men, even greater than you are. Put him in his place, son. And they did not disregard my counsels. Never again can I behold such men as Pirithous and Dryas, shepherd of his people, or as Canis, Exadius, godlike Polyphemus, and Theseus, son of Aegeus, pure of the immortals. How did they get these names out back in the day? These were the mightiest men ever brought upon this earth. Mightiest were they, and when they fought the fiercest tribes of mountain savages, they utterly overthrew them. I came from distant Pylos, and went about them, for they would have me come, and I fought as it was in me to do. Not a man now living could withstand them, but they heard my words, and they were persuaded by them. So it be also with yourselves, for this is the more excellent way. Fucking talking up yourself, mate. Therefore, Agamemnon, though you be strong, take not this girl away, for the sons of Achaeans have already given her to Achilles. And you, Achilles, strive not further with the king, for no man who by the grace of Zeus wields a sceptre has like honour with Agamemnon. You are strong and have a goddess for your mother, but Agamemnon is stronger than you, for he has more people under him. You think, God as a mother might win. For Atreus, check your anger, I implore you. End this quarrel with Achilles, who in the day of battle is a tower of strength to the Achaeans. Agamemnon answered, Sir, all you've said is true, but this fellow must needs become our lord and master. He must be lord of all, king of all, and captain of all. And this shall hardly be. Granted that the gods have made him a great warrior, have they also given him the right to speak with railing? So basically, have they given him the right to be a smart ass? Achilles interrupted him. I should be a mean coward, he cried, were I to give in to you of all things. Order other people about, not me, for I shall obey no longer. Furthermore I say, and lay my saying to your heart, I shall fight neither you or any man about this girl, for those that take were those that also gave. But above all else, that is my ship, you shall carry away nothing by force. Try that others may see if you do. My spear will be reddened with your blood. So he's just like laying down the rules and saying, this is the way things are. We're going to be cutting sick in the streets of Compton. And I just got given the finger. Where are you going?
Go for drives.
Oh.
Do you want to come?
Oh, you've already got company. I thought you were road dogging by yourself.
No, it's going to talk here at IGA.
No, I'm reading an old-fashioned story. This is my second chapter in my Read It Along series.
Just be careful no one comes out and just checks what you're doing out in the car.
I'll say I'm fucking sitting in a car park, fucking mind my own business. I'll go 1.5. Forgive the interruption, dear reader. Okay. All right, let's just check it out here. Give into all things. Yeah, okay. So he just said, look, if you try this shit, I'm going to pop a cap in your ass. Okay? We'll just take a quick little break while that pickup leaves. That is actually one of my my housemates. Oh no, fuck it, I'm going to keep going. Okay, so while they had quarrelled thus angrily, they rose and broke up the assemblies at the ships of the Achaeans. The son of Peleus went back to his tents and ships with the son of oh, this is a fucking shit one to do. With Meniotus and his company. I'll probably say it wrong every time. While Agamemnon drew a vessel into the water and chose a crew of 20 oarsmen. He escorted Chryseis on board, who is the girl that they're all having problems with, and moreover a hecatomb for the god, and Odysseus went as captain. These then went on board and sailed their ways over the sea. But the son of Atreus bade the people purify themselves. So they purified themselves and cast their filth into the sea. Then they offered hecatombs of bulls and goats without blemish on the seashore, and the smoke with the savour of their sacrifice rose curling up toward heaven. Thus did they busy themselves throughout the host, but Agamemnon did not forget the threat he had made Achilles, and called his trusty messengers and squires, Talthybius and Eurybates. Go, he said, to the tent of Achilles, son of Peleus. Take Briseis by the hand and bring her hither. Oh, no, maybe she's the problem, I'm sorry. If he will not give her, I will come with others and take her, which will press him harder. He charged them straightly further and dismissed them, whereon they went their way sorrowfully by the seaside till they came to the tents and ships of the Myrmidons. They found Achilles sitting by his tents and ships, and ill pleased he was when he beheld them. They stood fearfully and reverently before him, and never a word did they speak. But he knew them and said, Welcome, heralds, messengers of gods and men, draw near. My quarrel is not with you, but with Agamemnon, who has sent you for the girl Briseis. Therefore, Patroclus, bring her and give her to them, but let them be witnessed by the blessed gods, by mortal men, and by the fierceness of Agamemnon's anger, that if ever again there be need of me to save the people from ruin, they shall seek, and they shall not find. Agamemnon is mad with rage, and knows not how to look before and after, that the Achaeans may fight by their ships in safety. Patroclus did as his dear comrade had bidden him. He brought Briseis from the tent and gave her over to the heralds, who took her with them to the ship of the Achaeans, and the woman was loath to go. Then Achilles went all alone by the sides of the Horse Sea, not like a prostitute, Hoar, I don't even know what that is, weeping and looking out over the boundless wastes of waters. He raised his hands in prayer to his immortal mother. Mother, he cried, you bore me doomed to live but for little reason. Surely Zeus, who thunders from Olympus, might have made that little glorious. It is not so. Agamemnon, son of Atreus, has done me dishonour, and has robbed me of my prize by force. As he spoke, he wept aloud, and his mother heard him where she was sitting in the depths of the sea, hard by the old man her father. Forthwith she rose as if it was a grey mist from the waves, sat him down before him as he stood weeping, caressed him with her hand, and said, My son, why are you weeping? What is it that grieves you? Keep it not from me, but tell me, that we may know it together. Achilles drew a deep sigh and said, You know it. Why tell you what you know well already? We went to Thebes, the strong city of Eetion, sacked it, and brought hither the spoil. The son of the Achaeans shared it duly among themselves, and chose lovely Chryseis as the meed of Agamemnon. But Chryses, priest of Apollo, came to the ships of the Achaeans to free his daughter, and brought with him a great ransom. Moreover, he bore in his hand the sceptre of Apollo, wreathed with a suppliant's wreath, and he besought the Achaeans, but most of all the two sons of Atreus, who were their chiefs. On this the rest of the Achaeans were with one voice for respecting the priest and taking the ransom that he offered, but not so Agamemnon, who spoke fiercely to him and sent him roughly away. So he went back in anger, and Apollo, who loved him dearly, heard his prayer. Then the god sent a deadly dart among the Argives. For a second I thought he meant cigarette. I was like, what? Among the Argives, and the people died thick on one another, for the arrows went everywhere among the wide host of the Achaeans. So that's when Apollo was cut and sick with his bow and arrow, just smiting fools. Alas, a seer in the fullness of his knowledge declared to us the oracles of Apollo, and I was myself first to say that we should appease him, whereon the son of Atreus rose in anger and threatened that which he has done. The Achaeans are now taking a girl to a ship in Crete, and sending gifts of sacrifice to the god, but the heralds have just taken from my tent the daughter of Briseis, who the Achaeans had awarded to myself. Help your brave son, therefore, if you are able. Go to Olympus, and if you have ever done him service in word or deed, implore the aid of Zeus. Oft times in my father's house have I heard you glory in that you alone of the immortals saved the son of Cronos from ruin, when the others with Hera, Poseidon, and Pallas Athene would have put him in bonds. It was you, goddess, who delivered to him by calling to Olympus the 100-handed monster, who gods call Briareus, but men Aegeon, for he is even stronger than his father. When therefore he took his seat, all glorious beside the son of Cronos, the other gods were afraid and did not bind him. Go to him, remind him of all this, clasp his knee, bid him to give succour to the Trojans. Let the Achaeans be hemmed in at the sterns of their ships, and perish on the sea shore, so they may reap what joy they may of their king, and that Agamemnon may rule in his blindness, in offering insult to the foremost of Achaeans. So, you know what? That is basically just Achilles is cut and sick because he's upset, that Agamemnon has basically just dissed the whole show and is taking the chick. And this is the thing I do love about the Iliad so much is, you've got men, you've got warriors, you've got massive battles, the spoil of war. It's such a great, tragic, ongoing saga. But you've also got gods and monsters. And, you'd have a man who was a warrior who's, Achilles has got a goddess for a mother. It's crazy. You've got other people calling upon Apollo, another god, and he's just shooting arrows from bloody Olympus down and killing people. It's such an amazing, beautifully realized world, And the ancient Greeks believed in these people. Now, you know, Homer's written this as a story, but he's writing about the gods that people are praying to and worshipping. So there's a belief structure involved. It's just a riveting tale. I'm butchering it, but I'm trying to bring it to you in a way that I can just go, you know, here's the Iliad. Here's my take on it. I'll interrupt and do whatever. If you find it interesting, cool. We will always pick up from where we left off. I'll include it all at the end that you can listen to your way through it in digestible chunks. And I hope you're having as good a time as I am, because I'm loving this shit. All right. So you can find this video and more on YouTube at The Grown Gamers. If you look it up, because I don't have a bloody URL yet, go to YouTube, look up The Grown Gamers, join The Grown Gamers podcast page on Facebook. You'll find everything you need to know. If you need to write to me personally, my email address is thegrowngamers@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I can't wait for chapter 3 to see what smack they get into then. Things are brewing. Gods are stirring. Shit's getting real.